see, what did I say the last time that I was here? I always park in Jaws or ET. Last time I parked in Jaws, and today I parked in ET at Universal. All the way down to the very end of the section too, pretty much, but I'm going to go up the stairs because I wanted to zoom in on Epic Universe again. Well, not really Epic Universe, because I've already shown this before. I can't really see much of it. It's just the Helios Grand Hotel over there. But speaking of Epic Universe, the Epic Universe Preview Center is closing in City Walk, so I'm going to go to that store. That's sort of one of the main reasons that I'm here, because I think today, the day that I'm here, is going to be the last day, or maybe the next to last day that it's going to be open. I think it's going to be reverting back to the Universal Legacy store. But I do want to go to Islands of Adventure today. I want to go over to Hogwarts because the entirety of the castle is completely scrimmed up. I wanted to walk around that park and have dinner, and then maybe go over to Universal Studios. I don't know, I only have a couple hours. I think with me, I don't necessarily need a massive catalyst to go to a theme park. If I just feel like going and walking around a theme park, that's usually all I want to do. Like, sometimes all the justification I need is just wanting to go somewhere after work, having some dinner, riding a ride or two, and I know that I don't have the most relevant updates or park information, but this is what makes me vlog. This is why I do theme park YouTube, is because I like to have fun. I like to make videos for myself that I actually want to watch back. I think that a lot of YouTube creators, and I think I'm being a little bit biased with this, I think that they just kind of make videos to kind of appease that algorithm. Like, I'm not here to film an inconsequential live stream or just film whatever new merchandise or food is relevant right now. I want to make videos that I want to rewatch. I think that I also really like going to the theme parks when it's not for a specific reason. Especially this time of year, everything is just about food festivals. The Super Mario Galaxy, what is that? Like the photo op is still there. Oh, there's people dressed as Mario and Luigi. Apparently Five Guys is coming to City Walk and replacing Burger King here, which is sort of sad. Five Guys is good, but wow, a In-N-Out would have been awesome. So I'll come back to the Preview Center a little bit later because this is going to stay open after the parks close. But my plan right now is to go to Islands of Adventure, to walk around and have dinner, and then go over to Universal Studios Florida, maybe to ride E.T. before both parks close in like 2 hours. But I actually brought dinner with me, so I'm not going to be eating any food from the theme parks tonight. I brought my own, and it's very purposeful food, specifically because I'm feeling nostalgic about Tom Sawyer Island. Can I feel nostalgic about something that just closed like not even a year ago? Yes, I can. This is where I did my April Fool's Day video over here, which that was a lot of fun, but I brought Lunchables. I brought a lot of Lunchables with me because I loved eating these on Tom Sawyer Island, and I wanted to find a place at Universal to do this. And again, I only have a couple hours to do this. Speaking of that April Fool's Day video, the joke is that I had a really crappy quality camera that I tried to pass off as a very expensive and high quality camera, but it ended up being so much fun to record and edit that video. That was very nostalgic and reminiscent of just older videos where it wasn't about the highest quality 4K camera and incredible audio, right? It was just about going to the theme parks and enjoying them, and I think people kind of thought about that in the comments too, and that made them think about the theme parks 25 years ago. So I liked that. I'm not going to say that's going to be my style of vlog, but I really did have fun doing that. It just made it a little bit more of a casual trip to the theme parks. All right, I'm in the park, and there are a couple places that I think I want to go to have my Lunchables. There's an atmosphere and a comfort that I associate with Tom Sawyer Island that I'd like to try to emulate anywhere here at Islands of Adventure, and there are a couple contenders. Like, it needs to be this reclusive place, and those places are what I think would be the nicest place to just sit down and have a little Lunchable over by Ship the Olive, and then obviously Camp Jurassic. I think that I would most associate that with Camp Jurassic. That's just one of my favorite places at any theme park ever, but I don't think that there's anywhere to really sit in Camp Jurassic. So I'm gonna go to Ship the Olive, which I should have gone that way if I was just wanting to go there and eat right now, but I want to go back through Potter and Lost Continent, so I'm gonna go this way. Also, right now it feels so nice at Islands of Adventure. It's like in the 70s. I know that I'm not the first to probably have this take on just Islands of Adventure, but if they had a nighttime show at this theme park, that would absolutely put it into probably the best theme park in Orlando for me, just as far as just the rides and the entertainment and just how much I love to come to this park to walk around. Like, Magic Kingdom will always be Magic Kingdom, but this is such an incredible park. But I'm going over to Harry Potter, but first going to the Lost Continent because they did put up some walls over here pretty much right after I did my video here, which now I sort of wish that I did record all of that with like a better quality camera, because now I never can again. But that's theme parks. You think you have all this time to do stuff and appreciate it, but then sometimes you just don't. Every time I see this face, not with the water. I think it's the last time that it'll ever do it because they're going to close this land inevitably at some point. But the waterfall is on right now. As of right now, there are no walls over here across from Mythos. Now, we used to be Poseidon's, but inevitably there will be walls here soon. I say soon, but most of Lost Continent has been closed for literal years. There's still places that I do want to eat before Lost Continent closes, like at Fire Eater's Grill and then the kebabs place. I have eaten at delicious kebabs, but it's been a really long time. I'm over by the Mystic Fountain. We're just talking to people right now, and this is where they put up walls. I just went back here just like a couple weeks ago, and now they put up walls, so I should have taken all my pictures. The fountain's just singing a little song. Okay, I want to go back over to Hogsmeade. I just wanted to look at the castle, just while it's completely behind Scrim, which looks ridiculous right now. The entire castle is behind Scrim. I love that. I hate it, but I love it. I wanted to film it from far away and then get a little bit closer. That is crazy. The new Harry Potter series reboot teaser trailer has come out. It's going to be really interesting just to see how significantly they changed this. This is so iconic, not just Hogwarts Express, just everything about Harry Potter. It's going to be really difficult to not have a comparative or hesitant or constructive cynicism about the new series. It's scary to just imagine messing up a really good thing. I'm optimistic. I know that it's anticipated being good in ways that the movies fell flat just due to that runtime constraint, just being able to dedicate everything from the books to a long format series. I don't know, I just want it to be good. There's still the wall over here by the bridge, but there's Hogwarts Castle, sort of silhouetted by the sunset. I know this is objectively terrible for tourists, probably, but getting to see the castle like this is actually really cool, I think, even though, again, it definitely sucks. I feel like if Cinderella Castle was under Scrim or something, that would be really sad, but just getting to see the castle like this, for the first time in like 15 years, getting this extensive, presumably, repainting and refurbishment, I think it's gonna look really cool. So this bridge is closed. I think that I could go behind the castle over here where the lockers are for Forbidden Journey, which there's even more Scrim getting up close. Pretty much the only part that they haven't put Scrim over is just the exterior turrets here in like the courtyard of the castle. But I don't know, this is going to take the better part of a month. So instead of going over here by the lockers to go over to Camp Jurassic, I'm going to try to be a good vlogger boy and I want to advocate for, I think you can walk over there. Like you can like walk through the extended queue of Forbidden Journey, but if everybody did that, then that would be kind of bad. So I'm going to go back the way that I came and go across the bridge like I'm supposed to. And not to call out anybody that decides to do that, I don't know. I just want to be that tips and tricks vlogger. I do think that I'm going to go through Camp Jurassic and come back. Or I'm going to go through Jurassic Park. I do want to look at this menu really quickly. Again, I'm not going to get anything today, but this does look really good. Am I going to miss Lost Continent? I don't think so. I'll miss like the atmosphere of it. It's just been consistently neutered over the years. Also, Fire Eater's Grill also has some cool stuff. There's a nice little seating section over here. You probably can't see it on the camera, but I can see they have some good stuff. All right, I'm going across the bridge over to Jurassic Park. I did want to eat my dinner, my snacks over by Me Ship the Olive, and then come back to Camp Jurassic. And then I still think I want to go over to Universal to do E.T. just because I've not done that in a long time, and I really do like E.T. See, just look how peaceful it is over by Me Ship the Olive. There's nowhere really sit over there, but there are like barrels that I can like sit down at and have my Lunchables. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then come back to Camp Jurassic. So you can see the Scrim over here by the bridge, and then it's very backlit now, but there's the castle with the scaffolding and the scaffolding. So that's the bridge there, and this is where you would pop out right here if you did elect to go around by the lockers. It's just that they don't advertise it, so I don't think that I should, but a lot of people are going that way, so maybe never mind. Also, I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I'm definitely gonna go to Camp Jurassic first and then continue on to Me Ship the Olive. I was trying to get there by the time that it got dark, but I also need to not waste time doubling back just so I could, I don't know. I'm gonna go to E.T. I want to go to E.T. tonight, and if it's open. Sometimes I feel like they close that section of the park early. Not riding E.T. today would be pretty crappy. You know what, maybe I could have a couple Lunchables here in Camp Jurassic and then another couple Lunchables over by Me Ship the Olive. I pretty much wanted to come here so I could go back over here in the caves because I saw something the last time that I was here and I wanted to see if it was still that, which is that the water was drained in the caves. That was one of those things when I brought my crappy camera and I recorded that. that I was like, crap, that would be really cool to show in a video where it doesn't look terrible. So I'm gonna go, I guess I'll go this way. It's cool to be in here like at dusk. Like I'm usually here like either in the daytime or completely at night. All right, I wasn't sprayed. Oh, there's Kong right there. You can just see right over to Kong. What, this is closed. I just made it through the wet area. All right, it's just concrete work, so the entire like net area isn't closed. I'm just gonna hug the side of this wall and hope that nobody sees me. I have to get out of here pretty quickly though if I'm gonna eat all my Lunchables and make it over to Universal Studios. I love Camp Jurassic. I will never not say that I love Camp Jurassic. If you don't go to Camp Jurassic, every time you go to Islands of Adventure, that's the biggest theme park mistake you could ever make, ever. All right, I'm going up the stairs over here. I want to see one more look at Hogwarts too. Whoa, that's really weird. They didn't like enclose the back of the castle with the scrim. Gotta go up the net so we can get a little better view of it. This is right above the T-Rex slide, all the way down there. Ow, just hit my head. Ouch. Well, I hit my sunglasses that were on my head and then impaled the top of my skull. Okay, gonna go over here and zoom in on the castle. My Lunchables are just all over the place. There's a Velocicoaster. And then there's Hogwarts Castle. It doesn't have scrim on the back. Try to be as steady as possible because this zoom lens is not the best with stabilization, but I'm gonna go down here now and head into the caves just really quickly. Whoa, this moves. Wonder if you could see the Artemis launch with this. See the concrete work down there? I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to go up into the nets, but I'm going to go over here. So this is over by Trinidad Flyers. It's getting really quiet over here right now, with the exception of that. There's the Trinidad Flyers. So is there water back in the caves? I don't hear the geyser right now. It's really quiet. Yeah, no, it is still drained. Okay, I'm gonna go down there. I know that it's not an attraction, but they just don't make places like this anymore in theme parks. This is a lot easier to see on this camera, which I actually did record this on this camera, even when I did my crappy video, just in case they started up the effects again and you could not see anything anymore. It's just really cool. Just like all the fiber optics down there, and then walking across the geyser, or just the water here. I guess this is as good as any of a place to have a Lunchable. This is one of my favorite places in Camp Jurassic, and Camp Jurassic is one of my favorite places in any theme park, so this is the perfect place to just sit down and have a Lunchable as long as nobody walks in and is very weirded out by that. All right, I decided to have my nachos in here, so I have regular nachos and spicy nachos because these are going to be a little bit less messy, probably, of Lunchables compared to the pizza. All right, eating Lunchables in the caves of Camp Jurassic, like I used to do in Tom Sawyer Island, before they turned it into a big pile of dirt. Nothing compares to pizza Lunchables for me, but nachos are very good. These are the regular, and then these are the spicy nachos. I like to do a little double dipping on my nachos. It's really good. These are the spicy nachos. Ooh, that's spicy. I started to feel a little bit weird sitting there on the ground, that I was going to scare people, just being somebody eating Lunchables in the dark, in a cave. These nachos are really good. All right, I ate my nachos really fast, and now I want my pizza. I'm hungry. One thing that I know about Universal, just from having worked here, they have cameras everywhere. I don't know if that's the case in Camp Jurassic. They might just have monitors walking around, just like the play area. But I imagine that I look weird to those team members, just sitting on the ground eating Lunchables. Not that being weird is a bad thing, but just being self-aware in a theme park is nice. All right, I'm leaving Camp Jurassic now. I love you. If I actually really want to do what I want to do, which is to end the night riding ET, which I really hope is open. That'll be so sad if I go over there and it's just not open at all. I have to be kind of quick about this now. I think the only detriment to Camp Jurassic is that it needs picnic tables. So people like me that bring in Lunchables can sit down and eat them. You pretty much can see the entirety of Camp Jurassic now, and that the foliage is gone from the freeze. I want to get back and ride some water rides at Universal too. I don't ride them that often because you get so just colossally soaked on the water rides here, but they are so much fun. And because I don't do them that often, when I do them, it makes them just really cool. Because I forget aspects of water rides at Universal, and they are awesome. So this is sort of a bummer. This area is closed right now. Popeye Bluto's and Misha the Olive, they close early, I guess. So I guess I should have come over here first and then gone back to Camp Jurassic. So that stinks. You know what though, this is okay, because I wanted to go to Camp Jurassic to eat Lunchables. That was my original concept for doing this. I'm gonna go back to Jurassic Park. See, this was meant to happen. Camp Jurassic is my undeniable happy place, and I should eat every single pizza Lunchable in here. So according to the app, Popeye Bluto's closes an hour before the park does, but it does not say anything about Misha the Olive. So it is quite enough that maybe I could go up here somewhere to have my Lunchable. Lunchables, plural. Undeniably, the perfect place would be up here. Should I do that? I feel like that would be so obnoxious, but I think I might. This is the top of the water blasters. But then after this, I have to pretty much run over to Universal Studios to get there in time to ride E.T., which is open right now. I did check, and there is a wait time, which means that it is open. Just walking through the nets. Should I make this be like a one take? I might do that, especially at night. Going up here, I might try to go up as high as I can. Camp Jurassic. I never do this because it's always so busy. Or there are kids running around. A little bit winded. This is as high as you can go in the Camp Jurassic nets. And there's still a little bit of sun over there. Oh man, I love this place so much. There's the entrance all the way down there. But I need to get at my Lunchables. I don't know, I should probably eat them over there, right? You can actually see. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run down here. Woohoo! Oh god. There's also down there, but I don't wanna eat this where people could actually trip over me or something. All right, so I'm sitting over here in the corner, and I'm having my pepperoni and cheese pizzas featuring a Fanta. I definitely feel a little bit more comfortably reclused over here with these, and I'm sitting out in the I'm very visible, so hopefully I don't startle anybody. Doesn't that look like the most delicious pizza? I'm so happy. I always wonder what used to be like the original intent of like a play area like this. Like I don't think that this was anything over like a Misha the Olive. Like there's an area where maybe you used to be able to go over the water, but then I don't think so, probably not. But this, could you used to like climb up to this level? Like did they, but I don't know, there's like these like steel like tethers here, kind of like holding this up, so that's kind of integral to the structure of this. So I don't know, maybe you couldn't like climb up, and this has all been the same for the past like 30 years. But speaking of 30 years, I need to go over to Universal like right now. All right, Lysol hand waves have been saving my life tonight. I'm lost. I've also been cleaning up after myself, I promise. But I have like 15 minutes to make it over to Universal. Oh, my bag pins just got caught on the ropes. Go down the slide, make it quicker. Whoa! If I didn't knock everything out of my backpack in the last 2 minutes, then I'll be amazed. Even if I don't make it over to Universal. That was just one of the best things. That memory right then. I'd like to make it over to ET in the next 12 minutes. I made it from the top of Camp Jurassic over here in like 2 minutes, so I'm optimistic. It's still here, the big duck. Look at this big duck. It's just taunting me. I do really odd things for the sake of YouTube videos, but I love it. I love it so much. Roy, when you're rewatching this video and judging yourself, you had a good time tonight. Writing anything here would be really cool, but I just want to do ET. I do this so much in challenge videos. You think that I would learn my lesson where every minute always matters, but it always comes down to this crunch time where I'm always rushing and running. But I gotta say, when you get a little taste of that kind of adrenaline, it gets a little bit addicting. It's fun. All right, almost out of the park, and then I have to run through City Walk. I have about 5 minutes. Maybe I won't make it. Oh my God, this was kind of stupid. I had been in the park and I just hit my arm on my Fanta. I have like 2 minutes to get all the way back to ET. I don't think that's going to happen. So it is 9:01, and I'm at the back of the park, and ET is closed, I think. Well, I don't know, it's posting a 15-minute wait. Am I gonna get in line for this? I was literally walking up, and I did the thumbs up, thumbs down, and I got the thumbs down. ET is closed. What's sort of a bummer is, the blame is on me, but there was a family at the turnstile. We sort of like merged together, but they had ticketing problems, so there was like a 2 to 3 minute delay getting into the park, and I think I just barely missed this by 1 minute. This was always sort of a consolation, just a thing that I was thinking about doing because I just have not done ET in a long time. So this is sensational. I'm going to watch this on my way out of the park. Why are you taunting me? Boo! I'm so sad. Okay, I got my ET fix. This is a pretty good show, so I'm not mad that I get to see it again. I just wanted to ride ET, but ET will hopefully always be there. I just wanted to eat Lunchables and have a fun night at Universal, which is what I did. Just going back to what I said at the very beginning of the show, not the beginning of the show, at the beginning of the vlog, is that I want to make videos for me, and now this video is for me to be able to look back and be like, hey, remember when you went to Universal and you went to Islands of Adventure and ate a bunch of Lunchables around Camp Jurassic and then tried to run over to Universal Studios to ride ET before the park closed, but you weren't able to because it closed 1 minute before you got here because the family was taking a little bit too long at the turnstile, but it was your fault because you were running around Islands of Adventure instead of monitoring your time appropriately. But now I'm heading out of Universal Studios to go back to the car. It's pretty late and I did work today. I like to try to do this when I go to work. If I have time, I can run to a theme park. What is actually a pretty considerable feat is that I did make it from Islands of Adventure inside Universal Studios in like 5 minutes. There was definitely some nasty speed walking there that probably didn't look too pretty. Everyone's getting so excited about Halloween Horror Nights this year, having like dual icons. I think that's pretty cool. Man, there's walls just everywhere. No, it's weird because I feel a little dejected, like I lost a challenge or something, like a theme park challenge, but I didn't do a theme park challenge today. If I just put a little less cheese on my Lunchables, I would have made it. All right, but I'm going over to the Universal Epic Universe Preview Center store. This really was a cool concept, this preview center. And I'm pretty sure that today is the very last day and it's going to be operating, or that it's going to be open, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and go over there and look at that model one last time. There was so much hype about this store, and there continues to be, honestly, for me. Just now that the theme park is finally open, it's not necessary anymore because it's been open for about a year. This is going to be my final look at this model here, as far as I'm aware. Just trying to notice all like the little subtle differences, just from the horticulture to just the different concepts of attractions and queues just all around this model. This is the Donkey Kong roller coaster, which looks pretty identical to the land. And then the Mushroom Kingdom area. There's Princess Peach's castle. There was a little casualty over here on Yoshi's Adventure, but this is Bowser's Challenge, and this is Donkey Kong Minecart Madness. You can even look at the piranha plants, and they pretty much all look identical to what I've seen in the land. I'm trying to pay attention to all of the details of this. Yeah, this area looks pretty much exactly like what's in the theme park. I think down to all the details, and from what I can tell I don't see any of the queue here, obviously. This is just the exterior of this land. Dark Universe by a mile is the most different land compared to what's in the actual theme park. This is the exterior queue of Monsters Unchained, which is this massive building right here. This would have been really neat to be able to wait in this queue, but also, I don't know, given that it's such a low wait time consistently, even on busier days at Epic Universe and higher capacity days, I don't know, this does seem sort of unnecessary, but just so many little details this exterior queue. And then not only that, just like out there, like in the courtyard. And then the rest of Darkmoor. Like so much of this is different from what I can tell. Maybe back over here too, by Curse of the Werewolf. Again, like a lot of like the trees and like the foliage are probably going to be a little bit different. Also, there's these expansion areas over here. There's one in between Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World, and there's one over there that's in between Celestial Park and Super Nintendo World. This could be like, it's rumored to be, I think, like a creature from the Black Lagoon ride, and then over there, it's going to be like a like an event space, but I feel like that could have been like an expansion of Super Nintendo World, and it might be at some point. And then Celestial Park, Constellation Carousel, and Stardust Racers. I'll make it up there in a second. And then Helios Grand Hotel, which I saw from the parking garage. It's not super easy to see what's different in the Ministry of Magic, other than the tent here just sort of being like in the middle of the street instead of pushed back up against this building. I think that was supposed to be like the forced perspective of it. It's like magical, right? So you go to the tent and then it's this massive show like it is in the films. It mostly looks the same from what I can see. It's difficult to see this just from like any angle. They're like minute things that are going to be different, definitely, in here. This is the huge ride show building for Battle of the Ministry. And then this is like an expansion area that is allegedly could be a Quidditch ride. I would love that. This is Stardust Racers, and this really only looks different because of all the greenery and foliage, which same as over here with Pickup Swing Gliders. I'd like to think that this will grow in at some point. It is very bare over here, and then there's this entire, I don't know, I think it's on this side actually, in between Stardust Racers and then the Ministry of Magic. There's a huge expansion area, like a massive expansion area that they could put like an entire new land, maybe. I don't know, that's the very like tight entrance into that land, but there's a huge like plot of land that is undeveloped over here. All these like areas are like, these expansion pads are, I presume, like ready for expansion, given that like green light of budget probably. But it's cool to see this. It's fun to remember a time where I had no idea what this was going to be like, and it was just so intense, but at the same time just so exciting. And now having ridden it, it is one of the best roller coasters I've ever ridden. And then finally the Isle of Berk. There's the guy over there, and Hiccup Swing Gliders, which I really wish looked like this, just with all of these trees. It is so bare and aesthetically unappealing right now, but I think that most of these trees will grow in at some point. And there are certain parts of it, like over there, that I don't think look like that, just as enclosed as this model makes it. That goes for like a lot of like outdoor attractions here. This is Fire Drill, which I don't know if the queue looks like that. And then what else? Oh, Dragon Racers Rally. That looks pretty accurate, I think. I don't know, I'm not going to be able to see everything. There's the Dragon Trainer Camp over there for Little Vikings. And then the shows. This is the Untrainable Dragon, and then the Sir Garcanoe way over there. There's the teeny tiny little Snow Wraith. And then just like things that are just not in the land. And there are some things that were added to the land that are not here. Like this entrance isn't where that actually is, like in the theme park, and I'm sure that there's probably similar things like that. I'm trying to make another lap around this. Like I was trying to see if there's like a werewolf down here. And I'm pointing it. And I don't see one. I don't see any dragons there either. I'm back over on the other side. But what I do see, which I think is interesting, there's a tiny little Toothless right there. That is not how it is on the ride. Toothless is over here in Hiccup. I wonder if there were like elements that they wanted to keep as a surprise like that. So maybe it was like intentionally deceptive with like those kinds of animatronics. I don't know. But it is getting very late and pretty much everyone has left the preview center for the last time. All right, goodbye, Epic Universe Preview Center model. Thank you for getting me really excited about Epic Universe the past year. We also love the portals as well, the Super Nintendo World portal, the Harry Potter portal, the How to Train Your Dragon portal, and then the Dark Universe portal. All right, but I'm finally going back to the car because it is getting pretty late. So I'm heading out of the preview center portal for the last time. So now we need some annual passes to Epic Universe. The park's closed like an hour and a half ago, so hopefully the drive out of here won't be that bad. I'm sure that I missed stuff on the Epic Universe preview center model. Just like I missed my opportunity to ride ET tonight. I even parked in the ET section, but I had fun. I ate Lunchables in Camp Jurassic, just kind of playing homage to Tom Sawyer Island, and just, I'm okay with Tom Sawyer. No, I'm not okay with it going away. I don't know, I'm still in that area where I am excited for new things at theme parks, but it is tearing me up that Tom Sawyer Island is just gone forever, so I'm trying to fill that void in my heart with Camp Jurassic, and that's why I wanted to eat Lunchables tonight. That was the catalyst for me, and the Epic Universe Preview Center. I've just come to Universal, and I had fun. I didn't ride any rides, but I walked around the park. I got to see Sensational again, which is a fun show, fireworks and drones. It was a good night, and I could have just gone home after going to work today, but I came to Universal for a few hours, and I had fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Have a great day, and goodbye.